Hi there, I'm the master. My name is Peter Menezes. I'm from Brazil. I'm former martial arts in Wing Chun and also Silat, Pencak Silat, and Italian knife fighting, some Joga, Bagua. Well, here today I'm here to talk about knives. That's my specialist, okay? Specialization, and I know some Filipino and actual president of Pencak Silat. The title was bestowed from Indonesian government, okay? So I'm always walk with this is a Sanremo. I really like this kind of blade. Have a lock in here that really makes impossible to fold by accident in your hand. But I like line lock because it's safe even without the lock. The problem is in a fighting situation. Maybe you have been hit in the face. You can really make a mess to drag out. Drag out is the first uh, thing you have to think about carrying weapons combat. So I used to walk, okay, tulu tulu or pasak in Indonesian is a palm stick, and I use the tatic pen. To stand here, you can break a window. Is very important for if you have a car crash, your door can be damaged and cannot open the door. So it's very interesting to have for secrets. But sure, that's very good for hitting some specific points. And sure, I use this as a primary weapon because when you drag out a knife in a combat, means intention to kill. So you have legal problems with the law. This you say no, I didn't really intention to kill. And sure, that's really can really kill with that. But can you use to you can how to say put some degree of violence. You can choose the degree of violence. I cannot do the same with a knife. How I can put a level of this? Just cutting maybe the hand. Another very important aspect of knife fighting is hands. You have to be able to drag out with one hand and also change the hand and be able to use both hands for fighting. So that's very important. That's very important. And drag and maybe shift without the person see. That's important, okay, for knife. But what is really safe for combat? A knife that in case you are being hit or cut or enable some member, you can drag out without really think. So punch dagger or push dagger. This is a big one. What is nice of this kind of dagger is whatever, if you don't know how to fight, is very instinctive. If you know, but the blade is small, not small. Let's look again. See, same size of blade, same size. So it's not small, but there is no handle like this. The handle is like this. This knife is more versatile because they have the hooking action and trapping. You have the handle to hit. One to hit the handle. This you don't have, but you have a very push and very ergonomic way to use. So you can really stick this in someone else's school. It's really possible. And you don't need to think to drag out. It's very easy to drag out this kind of knives. Well, drag in is more complicated. You have to have habituated, like one movement. You have the cutting action, for example, in the eye, stab and then cut, stab, twist. So danger weapon, okay, really dangerous, but nothing like a knife. I just brought this small knife a few time ago. Surprised me because it's from China, but it's quite thick and heavier than I thought. Very good kydex. Usually they send a very poor quality of shot, but this one's good one. Very good lock. Don't go out easily. Fits well in the pocket. Doesn't look like I have a knife. I'm sure I have just action. Small blade. You have know how to use. Like kind of look like a Skinner knife. No, but sure, in the right place can easily kill. And very good ergonomic action. Very good, but not so good for combat if in terms of length. Okay, well, good ADC to open boxes, very well sharpened. I intend to tan in black this. If we think in Italian knives, we have the stiletto. Okay, just a minute because falls bad. This cannot happen. Well, what's the problem of a folded stiletto? Originally, this was designed for be fixed blade, so this size. Like Fabian knives from England, it's very good. It's really dangerous. But the stiletto have a locking in the same motion I do for open. When I drag out from the pocket, I'm supposed to drag the lock and then hold. So two movements. That's not very good. And if you miss the time of opening, then you can really make a mess inside your pocket. But it's a kind of knife that have a very pointy blade, so it's really dangerous. That's really go in. I live in the hot country, so the people here doesn't use too much pro. But if you are in Europe or United States, and many layers of cotton coat, for example, this knife is ideal because it go in easily. It's not very good for cutting. Sure, you can cut, but imagine many clothes. So stab in action is better. Okay, but I don't know. I don't trust in this kind of folded knives. I don't feel this is really strong. But possibly you hit a bone or I don't know a belt and can break the inside connections and fold in your hand. Imagine this fold in your hand. This will be you lost the weapon. So I really don't trust on this. Okay, you have to have knives in both sides. That's important. So this also again some knife. It was a gift from a very dear student, Gazola, my student. Good size, good weight. The weight and should be balanced. If very weight in the handle means a fast knife for you do quick cuts. If more weight in the tip, better to chop in action. Okay, this is very well balanced. This is important. You have to be able to shift very easily in the blade. So this knife have a perfect balance for this. And sure, the way was built in the handle prevent me to drop the knife or slip out, even if it's sticky with the blood, for example. And I can easily shift the blade in the knife situations, turn the size, turn the action for stabbing and distance, and then in fighting like I speak or Pacau, and even change the hand. So this is very nice knife, and I used to have some tricks. For example, I'm gonna try to show. I can drag out, unclip it, throw with someone's face before cut. That's very nasty trick. And we have to remember, you should not use a knife or drag a knife unless you don't want to fight, or do not stab someone just without reason. It's a very serious situation. You don't want, I don't want a situation like that. So, but once I have a trouble, I tried to separate a fight, and the guy didn't try to stab me. So I always walk with a knife. Sure, I didn't use my knife. I just deflect and he dropped the knife, and then I run, because really dangerous situation. And whatever you know, the reality of knife fighting is probably both will be harm, or even both will be dead. And even you are the professional or very good, you can mistake. And one mistake, you are dead. In the Chinese, there's a saying, "Tao Mo Seung Fat," means in a knife fighting, there is no two chances. Just one chance is you miss, you die. Okay, so I have to have this in mind. So again, my primary weapon is my tatic pen, or works like a tolo. In Philippines, they use by buffalo horn. Very good. That very good. I wish to have one like that, but this is more useful, and I could even write with that. So I like that because that. Okay, and sure, in ultimate case, we have the keys. We can hold many ways. You can really stick in some of those schools also, and or even hit the bone. Remember, a cutting with a knife is not really painful. The pain didn't wear. The ribs very painful. Some places very painful. So there's a saying: you can easily kill some man, but you cannot easily stop a man. So one knife, one stab, usually don't stop the man. Whatever he will die 30 seconds after, or infection, or after. If the guy have a knife, he also stabs you. So there's some places we can cut, or you can provoke lungs collapse, for example, to stop a man. So, or in the eye, or whatever, throat. Who doesn't see or doesn't breathe cannot fight. Got it? So because that, we have to have the mindset that in a knife fight, better you cut, disarming, and run. So the guy came, I cut the hand, or cut off one finger, and go out, or stab the neck, and go out and try to run. Wait, the guy bleed, and wait. Better than close fight combat. In case of close fight, try to cut the knife from his hand, cutting one finger or two. Okay? Hope I have been helping, and take care.